Hello, welcome. This is a mental health tarot reading for October. So yeah, we've done all the relationship readings for October now, so now we're sort of going inwards to look at our own energy and see what's happening in October. I hope you're doing okay, hope you're doing all right. Something I actually want to say that could be affecting your mental health is the energy, because we've just had the autumn equinox and the new moon, and so it's been a very intense few days, and you may be noticing that your energy feels very strange. What's happening, I did touch on it a little bit, I think, in the Libra video that I did. Excuse me, sorry. And I think I was talking a little bit about it in that video as well. But the autumn equinox is the balance of equal day, equal night. So it's all about balance. So the energy is a balance energy, which sounds really nice. And interestingly, Libra is also the season we are now in, which is also all about balance. So what you're probably going to find is that the ego is being pushed to become more well, really to be released, okay, ultimately to be released. So you're going to have ego coming up to the surface, and you're going to find yourself noticing different feelings come up, and they could be quite intense feelings, and it's really because you know, you could even be getting quite intense desires as well, and temptations coming up, and it's just to see if you're going to get drawn back into old patterns or drawn into new patterns. And really ultimately what you want to do is transcend the whole lot. Now if you're being drawn, I feel personally that we're being repelled by our old patterns, and we're noticing our old patterns coming up with this energy, and we're actually finding that quite repelling. And I feel what's happening is, because we're being called into balance, some new patterns can be trying to form, and the ego might be trying to rebel, and you might notice yourself being tempted to do other things, but it's still a temptation and it's still ego. And yes, it would ultimately probably bring you more into balance, because I feel the most likely thing is that we're getting repelled from our old normal habits but we're getting tempted into new ones. So yeah, it could be more balancing in a way. You know, for example, I'll give you an example for myself. I normally am in very heavily in feminine energy, and I'm noticing I'm really being tempted into more masculine energy. Now, on one level, on a human ego level, that's quite good, because it means there's more balance there. But on the other hand, I'm still getting pulled into ego, because ultimately we're not feminine, we're not masculine, we are just the one consciousness. So observe yourself if you are noticing that you're getting tempted into different patterns, especially if you feel urges, desires that feel quite urgent and compelling, because that is a sign it is ego. And I think it's where we're getting affected by this energy of balance. So it's trying to bring our ego more into balance, but ultimately we really don't want to do either of those things, because we really just want to be the one consciousness. So you know, it's trying to detach yourself from it. Observe it if you're falling into these new urges and desires. Don't beat yourself up if you're following some of them, because I have to admit I am. And then all you can do is work with it for now, and just keep staying conscious to it, keep observing yourself, and then it will start to settle down, because the energy is just really heightened at the moment, and you can basically pull back from it when you feel more able. Because at the moment, I have to admit, I'm very overpowered by the energy at the moment, and I spoke to a couple of people that are finding the exact same thing. So see what you can do, but it will be making, this energy will definitely be making you feel unsettled. It's definitely very intense at the moment, and it could even be making you feel a bit ill. I'm just saying, it could be making you feel a bit slightly ill. Now, I've just moved into the steampunk deck, which I'm really excited to share with you. It's a sort of more gothic deck, which obviously, you know, I like. And it's a dark deck, so hopefully you can see it okay. I'll show you the cover tomorrow or something. So we're just asking Spirit really to show us what's going on with our mental health in October, right? So we really want to know about next month. How's our mental health going to be? So the current health, sort of as we're finishing September. The Fool, wow. We are ready for a new start. We are ready for a new beginning, which makes sense because we've got this new moon. So of course, if we're in a new moon, we're going into a new lunar cycle. This is a new timeline. The equinox has brought us into balance, so it's helping us to shed old patterns and habits. But like I said, there's the danger we can pick up new habits and patterns. You know, like they say, when you swap one addiction for another addiction, it's kind of like that. Okay, let's see with the current health. So, you know, it is a fresh start. It is a new beginning, which is good. And the Magician. We have got the magic touch, you know, on this channel as a collective frequency. As we're finishing September, we've got the magic touch with the Magician. And I don't know if you can see the words there, the Magician and the Fool. You know, this is really, we've got the magic touch for a new timeline. And if you felt very stuck, very stagnant, that's not going to be the case as you end September and go into October. And that's a real relief because I know I've been feeling stuck for ages. I'm saying I've been feeling stuck for months, you know, months. I've had shifts, but then I just kept getting stuck with it. But that is not going to be the case, okay, anymore. The past affecting the present, okay, so what's been affecting your mental health has been justice, okay? We have had to balance the scales of karma. So there's been certain horrible things that we had to go through. And it was predestined, and we had to go through those horrible things because it was part of us paying our karmic debts, okay? But now things are going to go more in our favour because the Justice card is in the upright position, which is shown that we have now brought our karmic balance more into balance. And things should go in our favour more going forward. But that's what's been affecting our mental health, because the things that had happened to us and that we were going through were freaking difficult. And I know because it's been the same for me. And I've spoke to many of you. So on this frequency, on this channel, we've all been doing it. We've all been going through a period of time that's been way more challenging than normal. And it has affected our mental health at times because it's not easy when you're paying off karmic debts. Queen of Swords. It hasn't really been a time for us to be involved in relationships. You know, it's really been about us learning to be resilient in ourselves, to set boundaries, you know, to get more of that masculine energy. You know, because I think collectively on this channel, we've all been more too much in the feminine energy. And now what's happening is we're coming more into the masculine energy. But I suspect what could happen is we could get too drawn the other way, and there's a chance we could get too drawn into masculine energy. But let's see. We'll see what else. I mean, you know, we can only do what we can do. It's good to get a balance. Once you get a balance, it is easier to step back and transcend it all. Let's have a look. How can we improve our mental health in October? Knight of Pentacles. Take things slowly. Try not to rush things like crazy people. I've always been very impulsive. I'm guessing you're the same, you know, and that impulsive stuff is ego, gets us into trouble, gets us into situations that we then kind of think, shit, I really wish I hadn't gone down this road. So October is about taking things slower, you know, taking things more slowly and remembering how committed we are to ourselves. Because this is the month, October is the month that we really commit to ourselves. Three of Swords. All right, there is going to be some purging going on. Three of Swords. That is a bit of pain. All right, I'm just being honest with you. There is going to be some pain, but we've got to be committed to ourselves. if we commit to ourselves, you know, we can transcend that pain. The only reason we feel pain is when we're spending too much focus on other people and thinking that other people are going to give us happiness. They're not going to give us happiness. And that's the only reason it becomes painful, because we're looking up for our happiness inside other people or other things, you know, and the only place we're going to get happiness is from ourselves. And the Knight of Pentacles is a very good sign that we will start to really understand that more and more in October, that we're becoming more grounded, more solid, more present, you know, and receiving money from multiple sources, which is always nice. So I feel we can deal, all right, we have got some crosses to bear. We have got some stuff there causing some pain inside, but I think it's diminishing. It's diminishing in October. Our actions to improve our mental health in October then. Well, mastery. You know, really focus on mastering your emotions. Really focus on mastering your feminine and your masculine, your ego and your consciousness. You know, observe your ego, what it's doing. You know when it's going addictive. You know when it's being impulsive, and you know when it's searching for things in the matrix. So observe it when it's pulling you into those types of behaviours, and just watch it. And then as soon as you can, come back into consciousness, because that's really where the only happiness is. You already are happiness. You know, you already are happiness, just naturally as a being of consciousness. It's the ego that keeps telling you you're going to find happiness in the matrix or in other people or in other objects. You know, that's the ego. That's what the ego does. It keeps trying to deceive us to tempt us back into samsara, right? So we're going to become more in our mastery in October, and we're going to start to realise with the Chariot card that we can master our ego and our consciousness more, that we can observe our ego when it's trying to get us into naughty things or negative habits, negative thinking, whatever. We're gonna get better at observing that and saying, no, I'm not going down that road. I'm staying conscious. You know, I'm staying conscious, because I know what conscious decisions are. I know what my conscious energy is. So I think we're not going to get so pulled down that road. I think there's going to be temptations, but I think we're not going to allow ourselves to get so pulled down that road. Justice. Yeah, justice again. 2 justice cards in the upright position. That is really speaking volumes to me about October. That we've paid off karmic debts. So if we can just stay conscious, things are going to go more in our favour. You know, the energy is going to be better for us, much better, and our mental health is going to be much better. This is forward movement. This is progress in our favour in October. So you can expect your mental health to be getting significantly better. There is a shift. There's no doubt. There is an end of an old timeline. As in September, I know we're still in September at the moment as I'm doing this reading, there is an end of an old timeline here. There's an end of an era. There's an end of an old identity that you used to carry, and you don't need it anymore. And you don't even really need to try to get rid of it, because I tell you what, Spirit's doing it. Spirit is carrying it away. I think a lot of us, it's the inner child. For a lot of us on this channel frequency, it's our inner child that is finally dying off, because it's not who we are. The inner child is the part of the ego that makes you feel very needy. And that's not who we are. We're not needy. That is the ego that perceives itself to be needy. That's the inner child story because of what happened to us when we were kids. It's not the case. It's an illusion. It's a phantom. It's a ghost from the past. You know, and that's what I think is being left behind September going into October. It's going to be easier to function, because I don't think you're going to have the same needy qualities that you used to have. I don't think you're going to have the same problems stemming from childhood that you used to have. And you're going to notice that you're more in masculine energy, that you're more in conscious energy. Not that I'm saying masculine energy is more conscious, but what I'm saying is it's the feminine side that tends to be the more needy, and the more... There's less boundaries. If you're too far in your feminine, You don't have the boundaries. You're not proactive enough. You're just kind of very vulnerable, actually. And I feel that we are leaving that energy behind. It's the inner child stuff that made us quite submissive and people pleasing and all those other things that it can mean. October, it feels a shift much more into the masculine energy, but in a balanced way, in a very balanced way, and there's a slowing down. So the immediate changes we need to make in October, or that we will be making, oh my God, the Tower, Jesus Christ, something's going to change in October. Look at that. Something is going to change in October. It's going to be big. And it's going to be an external change in your physical reality, all right? You're just going to notice it's completely different. Oh my God, Knight of Pentacles again. We've already had the Knight of Pentacles. We are seriously committed to ourselves in October. Next month, as September's ending and we go into October, we are seriously committing to ourselves. It's been freaking painful and really hard, but this is now a time of change. You know, we've set the tone, we've set the boundaries, we've set the karmic scales, and we did what we had to do to pay back our karma, which may have meant we were victims, which may have meant we were stuck, you know, which may have meant things weren't very fair, but we've dealt with that now, and now things are going to massively change. Our mental health is going to definitely improve here, because we're going to feel more in control, we're going to feel more centered, we're going to feel more clear, there's more clarity here. Things can't go on the way they were because it was affecting your mental health. And in October, the buck stops. As September ends, the buck stops. And it's like, you know what, this can't continue. It's no good for my mental health. I'm my own. I'm not looking for somebody else to fix me anymore. I'm not looking for somebody else to give me love anymore. That needy inner child is gone. You know, I am now my own ruler, if you like. I am my own parent. I am my own protector. The state of mind, look at this, Ace of Pentacles, beautiful. One of the most abundant, successful cards you can get in a deck. We're on the right track, I'm telling you now. We are on the right track. If you feel like you're regressing a little bit, just don't panic. I don't think it will last. If you feel like you're getting tempted into old patterns, observe them. I don't think it will last. I don't think you'll go down that road too badly. You know, you've got the Knight of Swords. You're going to make business-like decisions and people are going to think you're cold. But it's because you are having a rebirth in October. A rebirth. Let's have a look. Well, the path to start feeling better. I think it's very clear what the path to start feeling better is. Just following our instincts. Observing our ego and not doing all the time what it wants us to do. And we're just naturally going to follow our instincts. And something we need to change or stop is going to be a hell of a lot easier to change or stop than we ever thought it would be. Because we're now ready. We have learned who we are. We have rediscovered our power. We are going more into masculine energy. And we are saying no. No more. I am not living my life like this anymore. I am not a frightened or needy child anymore. And this is over. This karmic debt has been paid off. Right? It's serious. It's really serious. This is a new timeline. Right? This is a new timeline and it's being brought in through spirit, through the magician. And we're bringing it into being because we're ready. We're more centered than ever before. We've got the Queen of Swords energy. We've got Knight of Swords energy. We will be cold. We will be making business-like decisions to step back from certain people, certain situations and certain patterns because we don't resonate with it anymore. We don't resonate with it anymore. So it's easier to change something than you ever thought it would be. Where you've been stuck for quite a while, that is no longer going to be the case. And then you've got the Sun. Success. Oh my God. Success. Feeling good. The path to start feeling better is to just enjoy yourself, to have fun again, to have fun. Oh my God, the Ace of Pentacles again. Jesus, look at that. 2 Ace of Pentacles, 2 Knight of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles with the Sun. I just want to say, if you were to get the Wheel of Fortune with the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles, you can buy yourself a lottery ticket. That's what they say. So something energetically has got cleared as we end September, move into October. Our mental health is going to be better. We're going to start enjoying life again, starting to have fun again. This is really good. I can't believe how good this is. Right, one more card. Oh my God, the Empress. We've been through our battles, we've been through our hardships, and now look at this. We are the Empress energy. Doesn't matter what gender or sexuality you are. This is a new beginning for the people who watch this channel, part of this soul family, part of this frequency. We're all mirrors to each other. I'm no different from you. No one's better than anybody else. We are just a soul family on a frequency that are going through certain things that are very, very similar energetically. And there's something clearing out here big time. We are ready for this. We are ready for this new beginning, and we have been so committed to our own growth. And that's why things have suddenly started to shift. But the energy has helped us. The energy of the equinox and this new moon has really helped us to sort of finally bring things into balance. But it has been because of our own diligence, because we've been very centered and we've kept coming back to focusing on our own growth rather than getting confused and trying to fix everyone else out there. You know, we realized we shouldn't do that anymore, and that our primary focus needed to be on ourselves. And because we've kept that commitment, things are starting to really change in October massively. Something that's been going on can't continue anymore in the same way. It is going to change, and you're going to be happier. Your mental health's going to be more positive. You're going to feel full of vitality, fun, more enjoyment. And well, with the Empress, things are fortunate for us. Things are fortunate. We're kind of unleashing ourselves. Now, there's the 5 of Cups here, which is really strange as the last card. 5 of Cups is a loss, right? Now, somebody is going to be grieving. Somebody is going to be grieving that you are moving forward. And that is the bottom line. There could be, I don't really like to say this, that you're affecting somebody, okay? You are affecting somebody because of how much you're moving forward with your life. Your mental health is so much better. You know your value, you know your worth. A lot of your sort of mental health problems was coming from the fact that you didn't understand your value and your worth because it got taken away from you when you were a child. But now you're releasing the inner child. There is no poor self-worth or anything like that anymore. You do realise your worth and your value. You know yourself, and you're aligning your energy because you're not needy anymore. And there's an awakening moment to realising your value, and also there's an awakening moment to realising that you are the leader in your own life. You don't need to look to other people to lead your life. You are the leader of your own life, and you are embodying equal masculine energy to feminine energy now. So you are becoming whole and complete. I don't think you'll end up going down an addictive path, the other extreme. I think you're pulling away from one extreme where you've been too submissive and frightened, and there's a chance you could go too far the other way. But I don't think we will. I don't think we will. Somebody's going to be really affected, though, by the fact that we are moving on and that we are empowered. And this person's going to want to come back. I'm just saying it. And I don't like to say it, but I'm going to say it. Because 5 of Cups could mean somebody returning, all right? It's just the way it is. It can mean a new relationship. It can mean a new relationship. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, I want to give you the correct information. I need to go because the school's just opened up and I need to go and get my daughter, but I just must give you the correct information. What does this mean? Somebody's going to be upset. On the one hand, you're slightly upset that you've lost somebody, but you're not. You're not upset. Oh, God's sakes, it's not in there. That is so annoying. Hang on a minute. I know where it is. It's in a different book. Oh, the book's in here. Somebody's going to struggle. I don't think you're going to struggle. I think part of you feels a bit sad that something hasn't worked out with somebody. But ultimately, you just know that this is a bright new beginning for you and you feel so empowered, you know. But the Five of Cups also can mean that some of you are going to be headed for a long-term relationship. There is going to be, challenges in this relationship, but it could end up leading to marriage, okay? I just wanted to pass that on because that is part of that card, okay? But I don't think you're going to really care particularly because it's not your main focus anymore. So I'm very happy. The mental health's improving for everyone on this channel in the next 5 to 6 weeks, massively. So one love and peace. If you want to book in, just contact me. And thanks for giving the video a thumbs up and subscribing.